Chosen one, this moment is not a coincidence. Your soul was drawn to this video because the heavens whispered the same message to you 7 times. The number 1111 didn't appear before your eyes for nothing, and the prayers of 33 prophets did not fall upon you by chance. You are one of the 144,000 chosen, and your presence here is a divine sign. This message was sent to awaken the secret that has been resting within your heart. What you are about to hear are not just words, but divine vibrations that will sink deep into your soul. If these words are touching you, leave your heart in the comments so the heavens can witness your testimony. Because when you write, another soul will awaken. Now prepare yourself, for this video will illuminate your path. Those who recognize the signs of God know that nothing is random. That's why your being here is already a miracle. We are building a family of light, the first 1,000 souls. Be part of it. Subscribe to Chosen Archangel, press like, and leave your word in the comments. Let's be clear. Safety was never intended for you. You weren't made to fit in, remain little, or follow rules that were drafted by weak people. You were created to upend, ignite, and change everything you come into contact with. They are aware of it. They have seen you weather storms that would have shattered a normal person. They witnessed you carrying more than just huge weights. They made history. And still you ascend, blossoming, growing, unfazed. This has nothing to do with luck. This isn't just an accident. This is confirmation from the cosmos. Your very presence, chosen one, threatens everything based on delusion. You are the living, breathing example of how real power cannot be bought, manipulated, or impersonated. You are dangerous because of that. Dangerous in a beautiful way. Every voice that attempted to minimize you, every trap set in the hopes that you would break it, and every critic who vowed you would collapse were all silenced. You've already surpassed the game as they frantically tried to fix the gaps in their plans in an attempt to make sense of your success. Think about your financial status for a moment. Remember those odd times when you needed money the most, when bills were paid in an unexpected way, when you received unexpected reimbursements, or when opportunities arose from almost nothing at all. That did not happen by accident. Instead, it was your financial safety net being triggered in reaction to their efforts to drain your funds. To create a lack of abundance in your life, they risked a fortune. A number of ceremonies were performed specifically to acknowledge your abundance. Then they used energy vampires to exploit your wealth. What do you suppose transpired? Rather, the worth of their accounts began to decline. Their investments started to lose money, and the foundations of their financial status started to fall apart. The universe can't possibly make mistakes. They tried to take away your success, but it returned to you in greater measure. Each and every dollar they spent trying to condemn you ended up being a dollar invested in your future success. For your benefit and against themselves, they invoked the universal law of reciprocity. It is impossible to change or corrupt this law. Only activation is possible. They took this action for their own gain. Keep a close eye on the unexpected financial revelations that are happening in your life at the moment. Keep an eye out for the unexpected clients, the unexpected opportunities, and the doors that suddenly open to reveal hidden treasures. These are not coincidences, they are not accidents either. Now you are facing the fruits of a war you have been winning without even realizing you were fighting. All of the abundance that is meant for you is being delivered right to your door with interest compounded by divine arithmetic that is beyond human calculation since the universe has your signature on file. It was only when they were doing their hardest to suppress it that your creative production exploded. Remember that odd thought that came to you at 3 in the morning? The download you got while driving, and the solution that you thought of while taking a shower. This was more than just motivation. Instead, it was supernatural intervention because it gave you the ability to get over their barriers, bypass their energy dams, and be energized with creative energy. They couldn't figure out what happened because they were so certain that they had cut off your supply. Their confusion stems from your invention's consistency. Every single creative obstacle they put in your way served as a launching pad for your next brilliant idea. No matter how hard you tried to block your vision, you managed to stay clear-headed. They used their most potent kind of cognitive warfare, and you responded by coming up with something they couldn't have predicted. Your creative expression is more than just art. Instead, it's a spiritual conflict. This implies that every time you construct something, you are demolishing a new aspect of their jail endeavor. You can dismantle another aspect of their jail each time you have a fresh concept. Your inventiveness is a gift and a weapon, and you have been employing it expertly without even realizing the fight you were involved in. Recall that situation that should have completely destroyed you. The one that seemed to be the end of the world. The betrayal, the loss, and the destruction that should have irreparably ruined you. You are not just surviving right now. You're doing well. You haven't just bounced back. You haven't just changed. You've done more than just heal. The events that resulted in your untimely death were meticulously planned and carried out. They identified the exact points of pressure in the body where a normal human would fracture. They planned their attack to happen when you were most exposed. They were certain that this was going to be your undoing. It ended up being your rebirth instead. Don't keep it to yourself if God's goodness has touched you. To help spread His light, click Super Thank You and sow a gift of at least $50. Your generosity spreads like a wave of grace, enhancing hearts and expanding His dominion. Allow His excess to seep through you. Have you been conscious of the imitations all around you? The unexpected copycats who show up out of the blue, mimic your words, style, business model, and spiritual practices. This group of people are not admirers. Instead, they are energy thieves trying to figure out how to read and duplicate your power stamp. They are closely observing every single one of your movements. They keep creating drab imitations, which are empty vessels and hollow mirrors that lack the true strength that comes from within you, no matter how hard they try. They break down your methods and examine your speech patterns. To extract and recreate your essence, they are making a valiant effort to reverse engineer your magic. What makes you powerful is not a formula that can be reproduced or a technique that can be copied. Instead, it is the result of the trip your soul has taken through several incarnations. This is something they are unable to understand and something they fail to grasp. It is the unique vibe that only your unique combination of wisdom, experiences, and spiritual connection can create. Your spiritual DNA contains it encoded. They can mimic the outside world, but they can never duplicate the alchemy that takes on inside of you. It's not just flattery that makes them want to copy you constantly. Instead, it's a sign that they see something in you that they desperately want but can't have because of their dishonest methods. They are recognizing the true power you wield through their imitation. Those impulsive tendencies to change up your routine. The sporadic urges to go home in a different direction. Those inexplicable feelings that you should postpone appointments or cancel arrangements. These were not merely intuitive feelings. They served as your spiritual compass, steering you clear of intentionally set up ambushes. They accurately anticipated where you would be and when you would arrive after identifying your routines and studying your patterns. After that, they set their traps based on those calculations. The coffee shop you visit every morning is where they set up their energy traps. They set up their spiritual assassins along the routes you frequently travel and their psychic hooks in the gym where you work out. You then changed your course, which was guided by a force they cannot see or understand. You suddenly had the strange urge to go to another coffee shop. However, you decide to exercise at home instead. For no apparent reason, you decided to take a different route. Consequently, you walked straight past their intricate traps, their meticulously prepared ambushes, and their well-planned attacks. Intuitive nudges are the manifestation of divine protection. Furthermore, your spontaneity is not a coincidence. Your ability to adapt is more than just a personality trait you possess. Instead, it is a spiritual warfare tactic that you are using. You always confused their calculations and made their preparations useless when you followed that intuition that you couldn't explain. Recall the moments when you had an inexplicable desire to make a change. To travel somewhere, do something, or alter something, and then come to appreciate how fortunate you were to have done so. This was no accident. The break was not lucky. Instead, it was supernatural interventions that planned your movements, redirected your course, and changed your timing to ensure that you remained untouchable and inaccessible to those who were scheming your downfall. Beyond the curtain, you have guardians whose job it is to keep you safe. And they do their work as accurately as possible. You're not just here. Feel the pull. Press. Join to discover purpose, truth, and a community that understands it. This goes beyond simply being a member. You're meant to do this. The weight of the burden you have been carrying would have crushed an ordinary person. Don't just watch, engage. Subscribe to Chosen Archangel, press like, and leave your amen in the comments. Together, we rise to 1,000. Someone with a normal capacity would have been broken by the challenges you faced. The hatred that was directed at you would have been too great for anyone who was not divinely strengthened. Nevertheless, you are standing here not just surviving but also moving forward, not just persevering but winning. You were able to absorb it all. What would have devastated others was swallowed by you. Poisons that would have killed most of them were changed by you. The strongest of them all would have been crushed by the weight you carried. You are not just exceptionally capable. It is incomprehensible to us. It's not only that you have exceptional endurance. It is truly miraculous. Take note of how your energy seems to be restored just when it should be the lowest. When others would have given up long ago, think carefully about how you are able to find a second wind, a third wind, or perhaps a 10th wind. It is not determination or adrenaline that is pulsing through you. Instead, it is cosmic energy that keeps you going beyond what a human person can normally do and gives you more strength than a human being can normally have. You've been connected to an electrical grid that transcends geographical boundaries. You can observe that some people feel weirdly uneasy around you when you speak your truth in an honest way. When you do this, you might also notice that they move and wriggle. Additionally, when you fully embrace your own power, you might discover that they feel compelled to leave the room. It is no accident that spiritual discord has made its appearance in the material world. You literally push away fake vibrations with the energy shield you create via your honesty. Speaking from the heart without filtering, watering down, or compromising creates a vibration that creates a great deal of dissonance for those operating from a position of borrowed power or fake authority. A hodgepodge of religious customs has been gathered by them, such as the study of religious texts, the learning of rites, and the amassing of credentials and titles that they have obtained, pilfered, and pieced together on their own. However, their complex frameworks start to disintegrate and failure happens when they are exposed to your pure, unadulterated reality. You have the power to strengthen the protective field around you every single time you make choices that put sincerity above deceit, authenticity over performance, and truth above convenience. Being real is more than just a moral decision. Instead, you are protected by a spiritual armor that no weapon used against you can penetrate. When you think about your authenticity, you should visualize a frequency that creates jarring dissonance with untruth and harmony with cosmic truth. This indicates that when you speak, act, and live from your true essence, you are physically vibrating in time with the universe. Because of this alignment, a power field is created around you that serves as a deflector and detector, identifying false information and keeping it from reaching your essence before it can. This region will become increasingly impossible as your degree of sincerity rises. By His grace, you are blessed. Click Super Thank You and donate $50 to help spread His light. His dominion grows as a result of the seeds your gift plants. Act as a blessing. An unexpected sense of freedom, a sudden lightness, and the ability to move with ease in a place where you felt constrained are all happening to you. All of these are signs of generational curses that are erupting all around you. The karmic bonds that are disintegrating into cosmic dust are those. The ancestral ties that are being exposed are those. Your ancestors are no longer bound by the restrictions that had been placed upon them for millennia. Over your head, it's been broken. That the roof over your ancestors' potential has been destroyed. The fences separating their possible futures have been demolished, as can be seen when you look around. Just a few months ago, dreams were unattainable, but now they seem achievable. Previously regarded as a fantasy, objectives now seem inevitable. Without a doubt, this is not a kind of hallucination or magical thinking because accomplishments that were previously thought to be in the future have moved into the present. Instead, it is the unavoidable result of releasing spiritual restraints that pertain to your character. Your unexplained confidence is not a sign of arrogance. Instead, it's the feeling of walking freely for the first time. At last, you are free of the fog of generational limitations. Furthermore, your striking clarity is not a fleeting state of affairs. It's your natural state of being instead. Extending your view is not an impossible objective. Instead, it is the recovery of your birthright from those who attempt to deny you it. You have evolved into the individual who ultimately disrupts the generations-old patterns inside your family tree. The circuit breaker is you. You have repaired the karmic deaths, the family curses, and the ancestral traumas that have occurred over many generations, and not just for yourself. Additionally, you have cured them for both your predecessors and your successors. You are the character who undergoes a metamorphosis throughout your bloodline story that will permanently change the plot. Watch as everything they intend to do to you instead becomes a part of their own lives while you stay silent. They are disclosing their darkest secrets by circulating tales about you. The relationships they tried to poison in their lives are instead falling apart on their own. In terms of your financial status, what they hoped would happen to you is now occurring to them. It's not retaliation. Instead, it's a cosmic readjustment. Punishment is not what this is. Instead, it is the result of the whole circle of cause and effect in the natural law. It's not karma. Instead, everything is being put in its right position by divine justice. They are trying to destroy a job that is providing them with access to opportunities that they cannot. More than you could have ever imagined, the possibility that they tried to block is becoming a reality. They've worked so hard to break this link, and it's about to become an unbreakable knot. Even more honorable than they were before they tried to ruin that reputation, they have managed to restore it. You don't have to exert any effort at all in relation to them. There is nothing you have to say on their behalf. There is no need for you to direct any of your energy toward them. Just keep moving forward on the path of light you have selected, and watch as the darkness they created to encircle you instead comes back to eat them. What has changed in your feelings regarding meditation? Your dreams now have a deeper meaning and are more clear. It seems as though information is downloaded straight into your brain, avoiding the traditional learning and processing pathways. Your intuitive hits now come with more authority and clarity than before. This isn't just an accident. Higher realms that were previously unattainable are becoming accessible to you. You are receiving signals from spiritual frequencies that are incomprehensible to others. You can communicate with cosmic intelligences through this connection, and they recognize you as a worthy recipient of their information. While you are experiencing calm in the middle of commotion outside, you are not feeling denial or apathy. Instead, it is heightened awareness that allows you to see the flawless order beneath the seeming chaos. Being able to remain composed in the face of terror is not a sign of ignorance. Instead, it is spiritual sight that reveals the meaning concealed inside what seems to be randomness. They can neither detect nor penetrate the frequency at which you are vibrating. They will not be able to access or comprehend the plane on which you will be operating. Their attacks of lesser vibrations just cannot reach you because you have attained a level of consciousness so different from theirs. They are still shooting arrows at you even when you are out of range. Observe that you suddenly become aware of information that you shouldn't have been able to obtain through traditional means. It is critical to observe how solutions are presented to you fully developed. How wisdom pours through you that surpasses the knowledge you have acquired, and how direction appears just when it is needed. A higher level of access approval has been given to you. Certain frequencies are inaudible to most people, yet your consciousness is tuned to them. You are now being shown direct downloads from source intelligence, which are uncensored communications from cosmic databases. The concept of naivete does not exist. This inexplicable optimism that is coursing through you is actually your spirit's recognition that the battle has already been won. The fact that these synchronicity events are occurring worldwide is not a coincidence. Instead, they serve as proof that you are on the guarded path. When doors open up in front of you without any effort, you are not lucky. Instead, They serve as proof that you are in harmony with the universe's flow. Your timeline has undergone a change. Your future, which was one of struggle, constraint, and gradual decay, has been wiped and replaced with one in which your greatest purpose is realized gracefully and easily. You are the one who calculated this future. The grandeur that they tried to reject has proven to be irrevocable, and the fate that they meant to avoid has turned out to be inevitable. Your current state of ease following such a battle is not a temporary one. Instead, your heavenly inheritance will be restored. The flow you go through is not short. Instead, it is the return to your initial state. It is not a coincidence that prosperity will show itself in different areas of your life. The word spreads through you. Share this video, subscribe to Chosen Archangel, and let us rise together until we hit 1,000. It's the universal response to the vibrational elevation you've attained instead. A completely different probability timeline has been implanted into you. One where the obstacles that were meant to hinder you have been removed. The connections required to achieve your objective have been made, and the support systems need to raise you have been put in place. The current state of affairs is more than just a minor adjustment in direction. Instead, it signifies a complete change in reality. Right now, you are navigating a version of life that has been specifically adjusted to maximize your impact and expression. Beyond a reasonable doubt, you have proven that you cannot be beaten. Not through organized attacks, not through spiritual warfare, not through human resistance, and not through concerted efforts from multiple levels. You have overcome all that has been thrown at you and come out on top of everything you could have ever dreamed of. This message is reaching you at the exact moment you need it to reach you. Neither a day earlier nor a day later has it arrived. These words have come at precisely the right time because you are currently experiencing divine timing. Synchronicity has taken the place of the struggle that used to be the hallmark of your life. The forces that formerly worked against you now watch in silent awe as you surpass their powers because you saw above their reach. The energies they used to keep you imprisoned are now fueling your exponential growth. The barriers they erected to keep you from moving forward are now the foundation of your unmatched rise. Every attack they made on you has ended up being a step toward your development into a good person. The obstacles they put in front of you have ended up serving as stepping stones to your accomplishment. They have turned every single trap they set for you into a treasure trove of positive possibilities. Not only was your patience excellent, but it was exceptional. Not only was the resilience you demonstrated amazing, but it changed your life. Your faith not only inspired you, but it also acted as the catalyst that turned difficulties into opportunities, problems into strength, and challenges into channels. As the ultimate manifestation of cosmic alchemy. This is the transformation of obstacles into acceleration, lead into gold, and poison into medicine. The very things that were meant to bring you down have been turned into factors that will help you rise. Power is flowing through you as a result of the energies that were used against you being converted. The walls that were put up to keep you in have turned into the solid base that your empire is now built upon. This goes beyond simply turning lemons into lemonade. Instead, it's the process of turning nuclear waste into rocket fuel. Take a look at your hands. Sincerely, look at these. This image depicts the hands that worked to build while others tried to destroy. As others planned to pull it down, creation was the responsibility of these hands. While others were planning to bring about a shortage of abundance, these hands were the ones that brought it about. The flow of heavenly power into this sphere, which is a part of the physical reality, is the responsibility of these hands. As it does, feel your heart pounding in your chest. Additionally, that beat is pulsing cosmic energy throughout your entire existence in addition to keeping you alive. In addition to pumping blood throughout your body, these beats are also distributing an invincible life force. That steady cadence serves many purposes than only biology. Instead, it is the triumphant drum that echoes from the core of who you are. Breathe deeply and slowly a few times. Chosen one, remember this: heaven never sends a word without purpose. If this message has stirred your spirit, let it shine brighter. Press like so the light spreads to others walking in darkness. Subscribe to Chosen Archangel so you never miss the next divine revelation. And share your thoughts in the comments below. Your testimony may be the very spark that awakens another soul. Until we meet again, stay covered by the wings of heaven and walk boldly in your calling.